Hi, so we're going to do science and we're going to talk about plants and we're going to talk about the parts of the plants and what they need to grow. So today, let's talk about plants. So there's lots of different types of plants out there. We have got trees with needles and trees with leaves. And if you remember from the story that I read, the trunk of the tree is the stem, but it's covered with bark, but they're still considered plants. I have ferns and bushes right here. And then we're going to talk about flowers. And I picture my sunflowers because they're one of my favorites. And when we talk about plants and we dissect them and we look at all the different parts, we're mostly going to use flowers. But the parts that are in the flower we'll also see with trees and other plants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the pictures up there just so that we know we're talking about plants. Okay, so all my pictures up there. So we're going to start off. The first thing that we need, and I'll move you guys over here so you can see it. The first thing we need when we're talking about a plant is we need a seed. Because if we don't have a seed, then we can't have a plant. So what is my seed? There we go. Now you take that seed, and the seed needs to be planted in the dirt or the soil. Of your soil. And from that seed, roots will grow. And the roots go down into the ground and they get the nutrients out of the ground. And out of the top of the seed is a sprout. And when it comes out of the soil, it grows and becomes the stem. As that stem grows, you get leaves. And those leaves will get from the sunlight more nutrients and more things to help the flower grow. And as that stem grows and up out of it blooms the flower. So that would be my flower. So you start with the seed. The stem grows. Oops, I didn't label it. Then there are leaves. And then the flower. So those are the parts of a plant. However, what a plant needs, first thing is the soil, because if you don't have the soil or the dirt to plant a seed in, most times your seed won't grow. Now, you may start a seed sometimes in class, which we won't be doing. If you have a lima bean or something, you can stick it in a moist paper towel and put it up on a wall and let the sunlight get it, and sometimes roots will come. But in this case, we need dirt. The other thing you're going to need for flowers to grow is sun. Draw my sun. So you have the sun, which helps the plants grow. You have the dirt, which helps the plants grow. And then you need to have the water or the rain. And I'm just going to call it the water. Because if you do not have rain, you can water it with a watering bucket. And the last thing that you need is air. So I'm just going to do this so you can see this. And you need air. So you need the soil to plant the seed, you need the air, you need the sun, and you need the water. Now, I know the video that I sent out, I think it also said you need space. Sometimes you need to give your seeds space so they can grow. But if you notice, sometimes if you have a garden, sometimes they have lots of different things where their roots grow down. And if they have lots of places they tangle, there's different flowers that can grow different ways. But mostly you need the soil, the air, the sun, and the water. So let's look at this again. You need the seed, and the seed has roots that grow down, and then up comes the stem, and then you get the leaves, and you get the flower. To help a plant grow, you need to plant the seed in the dirt. You need the sunlight and the water and the air, and all that helps your flowers to grow. Keep watching. There will be an activity attached to this that you can work on. There will be a song that you guys can sing to learn. And if by the end of the week you have seeds at home or you could get seeds, I know that last week Miss Annie had them when you were getting lunch, but if you can get seed, then you can make sure that you can try to plant it and see how it grows. All right, guys, I want you to have fun. I want you to take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.